Good evening, good afternoon.
The interview is all about our news, not about your virgin.
No, man. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, world. I'm in a organic shop owned by my good friend Kwame, who happened to be in Safika Organic Health Center, natural health food for the soul. I happen to know Brother Kwame for approximately, I would say,
36,
going, what did you say?
36 years, 37 years. Before that.
The rest. Say it again.
I would say between 36 years, probably 40. I'm not sure. I'm just going out of the fact that my son was born and he's 36, 37.
Okay, for your correction, Brother Kwame, I've known you just a little bit over 45 years.
Wow, you could be right, my brother.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Over 45 years. And I say that because my first son is 46 years old coming this next month. My first son.
June.
Yes. And my first daughter that born in this country, she will be 45 years old. So, and if your good friend her son was still here, he would have been between 45 and 46. So that's how time run, Brother Kwame. If you don't realize, we have known each other for quite some serious time. So we can talk about... Hello, Mama. What we can talk about, Kwame, we can talk about how we first met. If that's okay with you.
Well, I don't have no choice. My brother, he ambushed me.
Who ambushed you?
My brother has ambushed me.
So you see, I thought it was JahBunny.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I thought it was RunAwaySlave.
No, anything you want to call Jabby all right. Jabby all right.
To that one.
Oh.
Tomorrow.
Pardon?
Tomorrow.
Well, it's supposed to be today and
It
tomorrow.
is today.
It's today.
Or later.
Later.
We're watching the weather.
Yes.
So you come back later?
Yes, man.
Okay. Well, I'll be here. Wait to see you later.
Yes. We want to pay you, but your brother tip come?
She's gonna be here soon.
No, some we.
Yeah.
Now she's right up.
Okay.
Alright, Miss Lou, come.
Alright, Miss Laura, take it easy.
Yes.
As you can see, Brother Kwame is the neighborhood. Everybody is a one-stop spot to go if you need health food or anything of that sort. A good brother. How long you have been on this corner, Brother Kwame?
Well, as a shop owner, I would say about 11 years.
11 years.
But from in the late 70s, early 80s, the record shop was there.
I know when the record shop was here. That's
Yes,
when I came here.
I've been on there from then.
But the thing about the record shop, everybody used to be at the record shop, but I don't know how that plays out because the record shop was the one-stop place. You know? So tell me, Kwame, how was life back in the...
Well, let me just, the record shop was probably the starting point of where we realized that we had to play an active part within the community. And obviously the record was what we'd use to bridge the gap, what we'd use to communicate and so forth. So that was probably the only tool that we had after we left school to try and find ourselves.
So, what year did you came to this country?
Just turned 13.
13, okay, well, quite young.
Very much so.
And did you went to school in Loche?
Yes. We went to school, and went to the same school.
I know when Everton came to this country, he had passed school age. I don't know if he had went back to school when he came here, you could say.
No, most of those men probably are 70s and 80s.
Oh, yeah.
We're 60s.
Oh, you're 60s school, yeah.
We came here in the 60s, so we done probably the first generation after our parents went to school here.
So what was life like then?
For me personally, I probably can only probably speak up for me.
No, well, you say for you, in general, for a black youth growing up in this neighborhood.
Well, it's a shock. It was a shock coming into a new environment, having to adjust to unnatural circumstance and natural behavior, whole team trying to, start again, trying to find yourself, things like that. So it was a shock, and also it was also a learning curve.
You know what is good about hearing saying that is that I came here when I was 21 years of age. So I'm just trying to work out now, a 13-year-old youth coming into this country to experience the impact culturally. How was that?
Well, I kind of find it hard to adjust for the first year or so, because like everything that was actually deposited in me coming from Jamaica is like the system was set up to erase it. So they wanted to program me, maybe I feel a better word, for the new life. So, it was hard for me to adjust. So as time gone by, I started to associate with other Jamaican and other part of the Caribbean island people. So we exchange ideas and we exchange the experience that we was going through. So we were forced to sort of bond together because we kind of find out that we were targeted and we was made to believe that we wasn't like human being. Other things was happening that probably trying to make us to think that we wasn't human being.
You see, I'm of the opinion, Kwame, so you can correct me. I came here at the age of 21, and I came here with a culture, and I would take it that at 13 you also came with a culture. Am I correct?
Yes, I came here with a culture in terms of speak and the discipline and the morals and the food and things like that. Yeah, we came here with that, yes, obviously.
So, can you elaborate on the culture clash when how you had was to like do that cultural crossover? Because for me, I don't think I have ever made that crossover.
Well, I think it started within the school.
Right.
Once you enter into the schooling system, obviously, everything was like, everything changed. The curriculum, from what you knew from down there, is slightly different. Behavior, the dress code, all those things, and everything's changed. So it was like you had to adapt. It was a new chapter, so you had to adapt fast, very fast. Because
Well, bear me out with this now. I'm gonna be using you as my brother to strike a balance, yeah? You came here when you was 13, I came here when I was 21, yeah? And it is my position that I am the culture. I came with the culture. So I have never, I did assimilate with you all when I came to this country. So for example, when I came to here to New Cross, and the young black youths that I come into contact with, Luge, Everton, yourself, Huey, Stepper, Fatman, Weezer, and others, I assimilate with these youth in terms of young black youths, same age group. It was different then.
Of course it was different, because when you came and when you come here at that time, we already gone through the school system.
Yeah.
So we're now out on what you call the streets.
Yeah, street boys.
Right. And what was quite clear, there was a law that was introduced, and that law was introduced to criminalize us anyway. So
Which
we
one?
couldn't, which was the SOS law. So we couldn't actually they didn't want us to integrate into the society. So they knew what they, see the thing with coming to England, right? The people them who run this country, they already knew what we was about. So they was doing everything in their power to try and stop us. So the SOS law was to criminalize us, so we didn't play any active part within their system. So what we then realized that we had to do something, because we realized that we had talent, we have substance, we need to do things for ourselves. So we took to the street, and took some of the things that some of the white youths learned us how to survive within this concrete jungle. So, and part of that to us was survival, because we wasn't allowed to go into the army, we wasn't allowed to work into the bank, into the like the NHS. I think that at that time they called it something like the JLC, I can't remember. So now I've been listening to our peers back in Jamaica, and at that time then the reggae music was like a college. So we were listening to a lot of the statement and the lyrics that was coming through the reggae music. So we realized that we needed to do something here for ourselves. So how to do something for ourselves? We had to create jobs, we had to go out and make money, we had to probably take some of the leaves out of the book that the Europeans used to build themselves up. So we took those leaves, and then we had something going. So when you came here in maybe 6 or 7 years afterwards, you actually come into an environment, you come into a culture, you come into a surrounding, you come amongst the people. So things was a lot easier for you, much easier for you. Because you had somewhere to go, you had places to eat, you had people to talk to, you could share wherever we needed to share. So it was a lot easier for you. This Bible is one of my school friends.
Yes, bless. I would agree with that. You can talk to man.
Yeah.
Them can hear, them can come in when them feel right though. I would agree with you that it was easier for me when I came in this country because of you all. It was. I didn't have to do nothing. I didn't have to do nothing. I didn't have to fight nobody. I didn't have to do nothing. As a matter of fact, the SOS law didn't even affect me. I tell you why. Because of how I came here, I never usually interact or intermingle in the day with nobody. So I would just leave where I'm staying and come down to Batima Road, yeah? And so it's from one house to a next house. And everything would be happening in that house.
So
everything would be happening in that house.
That is part of
everything.
We build a community there.
Yes, right there.
Yeah.
Right? So I didn't have to stand up on a corner. As a matter of fact, the SUS law make it illegal for us to stand on corners. So I never stand on a corner at no time at all. I didn't. Yeah. And I'm a night person from that time up until now. So it's like, for me to come out my house anytime after 11 o'clock, you get me? Where I find, not only in this country, but anywhere I go in the world, I find that the night culture is different from the day culture. It's every country has two cultures. You realize that? If you're in Jamaica, the day culture is a whole different type of activity and things that go on as opposed to night. So I can agree with you about the SUS law, because I knew of it. It didn't really affect me. Assimilating with you guys, again, that you all was like a buffer. So I didn't have to go and mingle up or talk with anybody outside of my culture. Now, with the music, because I hear that part of it, you say just now that you learn from through the music what was going on back home, yeah, and the music show you, not youths in this country, that you have to approach things differently. So it's like it's fair to say that the music is what draw your attention that you need to make change in this country.
Yeah, well, yes, because we were searching for identity, and we could find our identity through the music.
Lovely.
So once we find our identity through the music, then we just need to establish ourselves.
Lovely.
And basically that's what we did. And because, you know, the music is the music is in the message, and the message is in the music. And because society and a whole deliberately want to try and deny us of our role in the world, not just in society, in the world as a people. So the music was the wake-up call. So a lot of inspiration. A lot of inspiration. We draw a lot of inspiration from the music. So it allows us to realize that there's something is not right in terms of what our ancestors been through, what we are going through, and what the obstacles that they are setting up for to stop us from trying to be ourselves. Because I think that there's a lot of emphasis that put on it, that they want, certain people want us to be certain way, or be like certain people, and there's something in me, and I would say us, that was resisting against the kind of food that they was trying to feed us with. It was unnatural, and therefore every time that we take in that food, we find out that we'll bring it up back. So we are saying to ourselves, well, no, we're eating the wrong food. So sooner rather than later, we realize that we had a vice, and we must use that vice in a positive way. And I would say, at some stage, when you come into the place, obviously, it was like another challenge, because we never really bargained for what you bring, in terms of what the Jamaican bring and how they try, their contribution to try and work with us as somebody who've gone through the school, and we're trying to break down barriers. So we find out then we had to fight what we call race war, and then somewhere along the line there was like tribal war. So the tribal war was kind of distraction from what we was trying to build and what we was going through. So there was a gap, there was a time that we kind of lose sight we took our eye off the ball. And, you know, it's sad, but, you know, it kind of set us back still. I think it set us back compared to what we was trying to do. Because had we unified as one Jamaican, the one them who grew up in there and actually embedded in the culture, and us who actually did not embrace the culture the way we should. If we had merged together, then I think we would have been in a better position today. But having said that, still, we have to move on. Now, where we are now, I think we're forced to accept now that there's a need for us to come together and recognize that we are one people, one race, and that's where we need to start look to, and that's where we need to start build from as a race. We have so much things in common, right? And we're chosen, especially those of us who are still here, to empower the next generation. We are chosen for that, and that's what we should be doing.
Well, Chappa, on that note, yeah? Kwame, on that note, yeah? I came here with a consciousness because I came here at the heights of the Black liberation struggle. So I came here with the knowledge and the consciousness that every black man and woman is my family. When I came here, again, part of the difference that I saw when I came in this country is that back then you never, it was just black people as opposed to Caribbean people. It was just black people. So when I meet a brethren or a sister, it wasn't, the emphasis wasn't whether I'm come from Jamaica or I'm come from, the man can do them things for you, the man, as long as them, yeah, man, every man can talk. A business there, you know. Yeah.
So I don't know if you stand up in front of the camera.
No, man. Yeah, you can talk family angle, man.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So, as Brother Kwame said, when I came here with a consciousness that of the heights of the black struggle. So therefore, I never have to think when I see a black man or a black woman, I always know, say, that's my brother or that's my sister. Right? So the unity was there then. That's why one of my favorite songs is When Did We Lose Our Identity? Because what Kwame is talking about now, I came here with it, I didn't lose that. I didn't lose that. So now I'm trying to figure out now how we gonna approach and how did we lose that? So as to speak. How did we lose that? So I think we'll have to do a part 2 with Brother Kwame because the shop all of a sudden get very busy. It's a health food shop, so you know people take their health very serious. So until such time, we will resume with Brother Kwame, yeah? Perfect love word.
Hey, Ozzy.
Yeah.
Send me that interview.
I'm not.
Straight. No, because I need to see for the next time we resume, I need to know something.
Yeah, well, it's the year up now. But they tell you already how I'm going to deal with you. But you never,
No, but you can't do it because this was going to happen.
No.
This
You can't, no.
This can't happen.
Not a problem about that, man. That's not a problem.